Who is the tall, dark stranger there? Maverick is the name. Riverboat, ring your bell. Fare thee well, Annabelle. Buck is the lady that he loves the best. Match to New Orleans, living on jacks and queens. Maverick is the legend of the West.
Hey gang, it's Wildcard checking in with you again. This time from beautiful Madison, Tennessee, which is basically a suburb of Nashville. It's on the northeastern edge of Nashville. Chilling out, relaxing, got here and parked outside the gate of U.S. Lumber. This is an update to the recent video I posted regarding what happens when the shipper sends the wrong product. Well, any number of things could happen, but what did happen in my particular instance this time is that after several hours, which I am confident Maverick will pay me the detention pay rate for each of those hours. After several of those hours, Arauco, the manufacturer, determined that this company here in Nashville would take the product. So the original consignee reloaded all of the material back onto my trailer. I resecured it and retarped it, for which I am sure Maverick will compensate me again, and rolled on down the road. And here I sit outside the gate of this place in Madison, Tennessee. Gonna get this delivered first thing in the morning and see where they will send me from that. But basically, yeah, that's what happened. That's one thing that can happen. Otherwise, some of the other options were that customer that originally ordered the material could have kept it in their warehouse, but they didn't have any use for that particular type of material. What they were looking for was something far more specialized than the basic MDF that got delivered. MDF is a multi-dimensional fiberboard, I believe is what that stands for. It's press board, basically, is what a lot of people call it. And they were looking for something hardwood, laminate, much more sound than that. But in any event, the manufacturer found a home for it, and here I brought it. So some of the other things that could have happened were they could have told me to take it back to Baltimore, which just would have been silly all the way around. The company I picked it up from in Baltimore was essentially what you would call a holding company or a warehouser, in that they were not the manufacturer at all. They have probably 50 dock doors at that place and several warehouse ramp doors and acres of intermodal containers. When I was a container hauler up in Baltimore years and years ago, 20 years ago, I actually took a lot of containers to that place. So, you know, they get containers by the hundreds, probably 1,000 or more a week that they unload into this warehouse, and they just shuffle freight around. And that's what happened in this instance. They were the holding company for all of this fiberboard that came in from overseas. This stuff was actually made in Chile, however you care to pronounce it. Got shipped to Baltimore on some containers, and these folks unloaded it, stacked it in their warehouse, and then dole it out as the manufacturer tells them to. Manufacturer, again, I always horribly mispronounce it. Arauco is how I pronounce it. Now I've heard others pronounce it. We actually haul a lot of fiberboard from a plant they have in Bennettsville, South Carolina. So I thought it was odd that they were bringing stuff in from overseas. But hey, I guess that's, you know, what do I know about logistics? I just know the steering wheel side of logistics. So anyway, yeah, could have taken it back to Baltimore, but that would have been silly. The customer could have kept it, but they didn't want it. The manufacturer could have paid the customer a little bit of rent or something to hold it until they could get another truck through to take it somewhere else. But since I was literally sitting there in the parking lot, they just found a home for it and agreed on whatever deal they struck with Maverick, and down the road we went. But anyway, you know, all is well. I'm sure it won't go down in the history books as one of my best days money making wise ever, but hey, you know, I made a little bit of money and did what we had to do. Here we are, gonna relax and probably watch some Netflix, maybe a little YouTube, right? Anyway, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If these videos have helped you and you're thinking of coming to Maverick, man, I would be very grateful if you would use me as a reference. Here's the little inside information. My name is Michael Herbert. Truck number 180022. As always, hit me up on the email wildcardflatbed@gmail.com, and I will be happy to answer any questions you might have about Maverick or trucking in general. Maybe we'll do some videos on some of that stuff. Anyway, hope all is well for all of you, and thanks for coming along on the journey.